Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
You see, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-uppiness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-uppiness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things, because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions, not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission. Learning to not feel guilty about selfish decisions. You and your best self would be on a head-on collision. You will not be stopped by obstacles that's dropped by those who wanna see you fall, cause more wanna see you fall. You will be so focused, you won't get no peace at all, till you go from mud feet to walking on streets of gold. Trying to become the most alpha version version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Dr. B.O.A.V., utmost alpha surgeon, helping you to become your most alpha version. Old and new you, this is where they will be merging. Give money today, so later you'll be splurging. Tell them haters you do not care what they say about you. Just meant to live out to make them live without you. When your vision sprouts to living it from chasing it. When they say your name, just make sure they put some bass on it. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Alphas don't trust hoes. They just think they should be trusted. Alphas take control. They just let they bitches lead. I'm just saying I'm the motherfucking man, cause my bitch ain't got no plans, and my wishes are command, and everything that she do is for the team. Seeing daddy win the ring is her motherfucking dream, and she knows everything I want, everything I need, it's a guarantee. Everything I do, everything I say, it's my way, you know way, you know way, it's okay, you know. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. I don't trust these hoes. Bitches don't know honesty. I stay in control. Never relinquish the lead. I'm just saying you are not the fucking man if your bitch got her own plans and your wish ain't her command, and everything that she do ain't for the team. Seeing you in the ring ain't her motherfucking dream. She should know everything you want, everything you need, it's a guarantee. Everything you do, everything you say, it's your way, you know way, you know way, it's okay, you know. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight.
All right, there we go. Y'all be ready for it, man. Welcome to another episode of the High Altitude Show. It's your man, Dr. BOA. Um, y'all just hold off, man. Pimp Motivation 101 is on the way. It's coming. Y'all be cool, man. It's on the way. We coming. My mic should be good now, man. Let me see. Yo, my mic should be good now, man. Y'all should be hearing me perfectly now. All right, bet. All right. So today, man, I want to come in here and talk about a couple of guys been asking me, man, what should they look for in a woman, man? What's some of the traits that they should look for in a woman? And I decided I'd come in, man, and lay something down about that because, what I'm realizing is that almost everyone is doing this doom and gloom thing that, relationships are over and ain't nothing you can do about it. But, in the alphasphere, man, we have always talked about how to deal with women from a position of power. We've never talked about the fact that relationships are over, they're done, ain't nothing you can do about it. Like we don't view women as having that type of power in our lives. So we view it from a perspective of, okay, so what's the best way to deal with the modern woman? Okay, we know she's not the same as the woman from 50 years ago. We know she's not the same as the woman from 30 years ago. Hell, we know she's not the same as the woman from a decade ago. We know that the post social media woman is not the same as the pre social media woman. We know that. But still, as men in the world, we still got to deal with women from a position of power unless we want to be like those monk guys that just swear women off and say, oh, women are too powerful. Their evil is just too great for us. The first thing you have to do if you want to deal with women from a position of power is you have to have a relationship with God. Otherwise, you're going to be weak because whoever is guiding women is going to be stronger than you, going to give them more strength than you. The only way you can combat the evil of women, the propensity of women to be engulfed in evil or led by evil forces, is to develop a relationship with the Most High. That's why we don't fear women. We don't live this life where we're like, okay, women are just too bad, we can't do anything with them. We deal with women from a position of power over here. We always have. You know what I'm saying? My best performing video today is a live stream called Top 10 Game Rules I Learned from Pimps. So you know what we do over here. Another one is wood control. It's how you dominate women. So we don't look like that over here. We don't view the world from that perspective. So all the doom and gloom guys, okay, there's enough of those guys. What we gonna tell you, man, is if you want to deal with women, you don't have to be a chump with them. You can deal with them from a position of power. One of the first things you do, you have to understand the traits of a woman who's worth keeping. Now, let's cover some elephants in the room right quick. Let me do my rundown. Let me do my run through with the homies right quick. Famo, I see you, man. SJ3, Harlem World Breaker. Salute to you. C. Rob, Law, the Swarthy Rizzo. What's up, Wiz? Never Big, what up? Leon, I see you, man. Kazan, what's good, homie? Mill J, what up? King, I see you. Eddie, what's up? I see EJ was in here. LV, CVK. King Cos, I see you. King Cot. AJ, I see you, man. Trav, I see you. Side, what's good, homie? Harold, what up? Will J, what up? Richard, what's up? D. Spider-Man, what up? Hey, son, what's up? AD McCarthy, I see you, man. Scarface, what up? Flavio, I see you. Mike Lump, what up? Thomas Madrina, what's good? Joe Leaf, what's up, man? Phil, what's up? Renzel, I see you, Ren. What up? Quay, Essence. Cameron, what's good? Press, I see you, man. Philip, what's good? Tim, I see you, man. Othello, what up, homie? In my zone. Rashad, what's up, man? Hey, good to see you, homie. Y'all follow that brother on IG, man. That's a good brother right there, man. Rashad McCory, man. That's a good brother, man. Salute to you, man. All right, let's get into this thing, man. So we're going to talk about 10 traits that represent a woman who's worthy of keeping. Eric Ramos, appreciate the $5 super chat, homie. What's up? Big out for ball hog. G's up, Sims down. Them punk can't swim. They boundaries down for sure. I see you, Run Yay. What up, man? Federico, I see you, man. King, Sharon Fant, what's good? All right, man. So first, let's cover some elephants in the room. These are some things that we know already a woman has to have. A woman has to be able to benefit your process. Like there's no need for you to talk to a woman who doesn't have a skill that can benefit your process. Now, if she doesn't have a skill, time is a skill. If a woman has no skill and you got to train her how to contribute to your process, then she needs to have unlimited time. Like her time resource needs to be all allotted to you. So that's the only way you can have a woman who doesn't bring any skill. You know what I'm saying? If a woman doesn't bring any skill, man, y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Because if you can't hear me, Swatha, it's on you, man. I think everybody else can hear me now. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, man. Let me get a few ones in the chat, man, if y'all can hear me loud and clear. All right, so everybody can hear me but you, Swarthy. Everybody else can hear me, man. So it's something on your end, bro. I don't know what just happened then. Let me make sure I got everything straight here, man. Hope the thing ain't finna start tripping. All right, let's get it. So so if she doesn't have any skill and you got to train her, then you need time to train her, you need time to coach her, you need time to watch her, you need time to do all of that, supervise her. So she needs to have unlimited time. Like she can't go to school, she can't have a job, she can't have none of that. Now if she brings a skill to the table, as long as she can get the job done that you need her to get done, then she's okay. You keep on the team and she can get the job done. But that's a prerequisite. Another thing that you must have, that woman must have at least some understanding of the statutes and commandments of the Most High God of Israel. She must have some understanding. And if she doesn't at least have an understanding of those, she must completely be void of Christian loyalty. She must not be one of these church girls. If you meet a woman, man, and she's a church girl, flee the scene. Run. That woman would never follow you because she has already made up in her mind that she's going to follow her pastor. That's her pastor is her liaison to God. Every woman is going to follow her liaison to God. And so if your woman believes her pastor is her liaison to God, she's never going to go against him for you. She's never going to follow you rather than follow him. So you got to immediately eliminate her. No alpha king should deal with a woman who is a church girl. Because if she is a church girl, she has already sworn her loyalty, allegiance, and fellowship to that guy. Whoever that pastor is, that's what she's sworn her leadership to. Now think about this. Think about guys like T.D. Jakes. You can look at T.D. Jakes, man, until he eat pork every day. That boy he look like pork. You can look at him until he eats it every day. You can look at him until his diet is horrible. Like no doubt about it, his diet is horrible. You know, they say you are what you eat. That boy look like the swine to me. Another thing, look at Eddie Long. Look at how he was. Look at all those women who were following him. And then we come out to find out how he's living his life. You know what I'm saying? You think about it, man. Like these women, look at how women follow Tyler Perry. Now, some of these women, Tyler Perry is their guide. He's their guide into mastering their emotion and their guide to feeling better about themselves. And you give a woman something that make her feel better about herself, man. Then hell, you could be her guide. She'll follow you to the ends of the earth. You understand? And this guy struggles so much with his sexuality that he wears. I don't know what just happened with that light, man. I just put that battery in now, man. I don't know what happened. But we good. We should be good. That he has to he dress up like a woman in order to combat his sexuality and keep from living that lifestyle. So you got to keep in mind that if a woman does not follow you wholeheartedly and completely, then she is no woman that you need to have on your team because all she's going to do is bring negative energy into your life. Now, one more thing that a woman must have from the beginning, from the onset. She must have a willingness to listen. And the epitome of that is her hanging on every word. Man, I'm not going to even deal with a woman. From the first conversation I have with a woman, if she ain't hanging on every word, man, especially if she's a woman who every time you say something, she got an immediate response. Man, I'm not finna deal with no woman you got to have a woman who understands she don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Unless she has an education and you're talking about the thing that she's educated in, then she don't know nothing. If she can't show you where she's been taught something for years, she don't know it. Everything she says is based on her feelings. She doesn't have any understanding of most things that you're going to talk to her about. And so if you have a woman who has an immediate response for everything you say high, she say low. You say low, she say high. You say red, she say blue. You say right, she say left. You say up, she say down. That type of woman right there, man, you must immediately flee the scene. If I was in the dating game,
and I met a woman and that was our interaction, I would end the date right there. Because all you have is a woman is in the habit of always being combative and adversarial with a man. Now, you can see that same woman, she'll sit in a group of women and she'll listen to every one of those women say everything they need to say before she chime in. May not even chime in, may just give them all type of undying support and tell them, just give them support. But if you meet a woman and all she wants to do, man, is be combative and adversarial, always yapping and running her mouth all the time, man, you got to sit her down somewhere. You got to flee the scene immediately. Now let's get into the meat of this thing. The first thing that a woman must have, and we're going to start from the things that you can notice as soon as you meet the woman. These aren't things you have to wait and learn about the woman. Now, you may have to wait, engage, and see if these things are just an act. But later on, I'll give you guys some tips on how to determine if her traits are just an act. Because many men ask me that, well, how do you know she ain't faking submission? Which I don't understand. A woman can't fake submission. The only way a woman can fake submission is if you don't understand what submission is and you accepting something that's not really submission as submission. That's the only way she can fake it, because a woman can't fake it. They're not wired to fake submission. So the first thing a woman must have is a calm demeanor. She must be absolutely calm. No matter what happens, even if something happened where you feel offended and you get riled up at somebody, she needs to be trying to calm you down. If you're about to cross a line and do something that may wind you up in jail, or in some type of public fight or embarrassing public situation, man, where you got to try to rebuild your reputation and your business alliances and all that, man, you have to have a woman around you who is going to try to talk you off the ledge no matter what. She is concerned about your well-being. She's concerned about people. She values life. A woman who values life is a woman that you can have around you at all times. A woman who values peace is a woman who you can have around you all the time. A woman who fears confrontation is a woman you can have around you all the time, because a woman who fears confrontation will never bring confrontation your way. And a lot of men think that, well, I want a woman with a backbone. I want a woman with this. I want a woman who's going to stand up for something. I don't want a woman who's going to do nothing but stand up for me. Before she met me, she shouldn't have nothing to stand up for. She should just be living her life as a feminine woman. When she meet me, now she got something to stand up for. And even when she stand up for me, she going to do it in a calm, peaceful way. Because I'm telling you, a lot of times having a woman that has a calming effect on you will keep you from crossing certain lines, man, that in retrospect you'll realize you didn't really want to cross. Because when you think about the consequences and repercussions of crossing those lines, then you understand that it was a good thing that you didn't cross that line. You got to have a woman around you that balances you out. As masculine men, we are fairly aggressive at all times because we had to fight for what we got, and we are willing to fight to keep it. So we're kind of on edge all the time. I mean, unless we chilling at our crib somewhere, but when we out in public, we always on edge, man, because we got to defend our territory. That's just how we're wired, as pretty much all male species, except for hyenas. Then, we're all wired to protect our territory. We're going to guard our territory, and that's what we're always on edge. We're always on go. And you got to have a woman around you who balances you. You got to have a woman around you, man, who can walk up to you, grab your arm, rub your back, and say some sweet words to you, man, and calm you down. You got to have that. You need it. That's one of the purposes of a woman, to be able to give you that, to be able to bring some calm, bring some peace to you, man. Do you got men around here who got women in their lives who are absolutely destroying their peace? How you going to have a woman that's destroying your peace when the goal of a woman, the purpose of a woman is to enhance your peace? The goal of a woman is to contribute more peace to your life. The goal of your woman is to help build your peace of mind into a stronger infrastructure. And you got men around here, man, that dealing with women, man, that does everything but that. And even some of these women do the opposite of that. So that calm demeanor is necessary. Now, on the backs of that calm demeanor, you also get number 2. You get a sweet, shy disposition. Man, these guys don't even know what it is, man, to be around a woman that's shy. A woman that, man, you sitting talking to her, man, and, she won't even look you in the eyes, man. You got to reach over, man. You got to reach over and grab her chin and hold it up and say, baby, look at me when I'm talking to you. You ain't got nothing to feel right here. You understand what I'm saying? You with me. This space we in right here, I'm going to protect this, shawty. You ain't got to be in fear. Relax, calm down. Matter of fact, come sit on this side of the booth with me. And then you let her sit on the side of the booth with you. You grab her hand, man, rub her thigh. You do certain things. You get touchy-feely with her because women calm down with touch. So you touch her, calm her down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even tell her a joke or two. Say something funny to her, man, because you want the woman to relax with you. And here's the thing: once you get a woman to relax with you, she's yours. Period. If she can, the moment she relaxes with you, she's yours. You just allow her to open up and relax. And I'm telling you, man, this because I know it. Any man who has ever had women around him and those women relax, once they get relaxed, it's done. The rest of there's no battle anymore. You know, they say the battle is won. There is no battle anymore beyond that point. So that sweet, shy disposition is just what you get. And that's the only woman who gonna hang on every word you say. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a woman who understands what femininity is, not because she's putting on a show to show you she's feminine, but because she just raised that way. She's built that way. She's wired that way. There were certain things her father didn't allow in her house, and that's another thing. She has to have grown up in the house with her father. I don't care who she is. She can be a virgin. She can be a surgeon. She can be a woman who like taking your money and splurging. I don't care who she is. If she didn't grow up in the household with her father, she is not a woman you need to have because she is not feminine. Femininity is not taught by women. It seems like it is on the surface. Femininity is taught by women who are trained by men. A woman, even her mother, if her mother was feminine, it's because her mother was in the household with her father. If her grandmother was feminine, it's because her grandmother was in the household with her great-grandfather. You understand what I'm saying? You have to understand that you have to accept the fact, rather, that women are only feminine when they are trained and raised by women who are also feminine. And if you find a feminine woman, it's because she's in a household where only femininity is accepted from women. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way it goes. You understand what I'm saying? I see somebody say she can't have a beta male simple angina as a father. Well, she's not gonna have that. If her mother was feminine, then that mean her father was automatically not a beta male simple angina. Because a woman is not gonna be feminine and submissive by choice. Listen, even the most feminine woman, if she's with a beta male simple angina, she is going to control some scenarios in some way. Now, she may not be as aggressive and she may not be adversarial like the average woman, but you cannot put a woman in a position of power and she's going to say, no, 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 I'd just rather let the power sit there if you're not going to have it. No, it's nature. It has nothing to do with the woman. If you are not a man and you are not in a position of power, then the woman is going to assume the position of power. That's just the bottom line. So a woman has to be raised that way. She has to have not ever seen a woman in a dominant position. And by the time she saw that, she had to believe and understand that that woman was wrong and that woman was not someone you want to be around. She has to understand that being a masculine woman is wrong. She has to understand that being a feminine woman is right. That's why we go back to that. She has to have at least some understanding of the statutes and commandments of the Most High God of Israel. She has to be aware of what she's supposed to do and what she's supposed to be as a woman. If she's not, then you don't have yourself anything. You're fighting an uphill battle, and you're going to be one of these doom and gloom guys who have been out here dealing with these women just based on how beautiful they are physically, which is the stupidest thing you can do. Let me tell y'all something right now. If you're a man who has ever dealt with a woman and put her in a position just based on how physically attractive she is, you were stupid. That's the most stupid thing you've ever done when it comes to dealing with women. Worst thing you could do is put a woman in a position because of how she looks physically. Because if you're willing to put her in a position based on how she looks physically, you are in essence saying that her physicality trumps everything else. That her physicality trumps her mentality. Her physicality trumps her spirituality. Her physicality trumps her emotionality. Her physicality trumps her ability to contribute to your financiality. You have to understand that that is the dumbest thing you could do. Because you overlook the calm demeanor and the sweet, shy disposition. And you'd rather have a woman who's an alley cat, who's beautiful. You'd rather have a beautiful scallywag than a woman who may just be attractive to you, but who has a calm demeanor and sweet, shy disposition. If men started to gauge women by content of character instead of physicality, then you would have a woman that you find attractive, that you're attracted to. Let me tell you something. All attraction means is that the woman turns you on. If you have a woman who's attractive enough to turn you on, what more attraction do you need? If every time you greet her, you want to beat her, let me tell you something. What more do you need? That's the epitome of attraction. That's the epitome of it. She arouses you. Anything more attractive than that is something you're doing for society. And that's why men don't stick to their preferences in this society, because we're all trying to stick to some standard of what other people say is attractive. Who cares what other people say? Forget what they say. You got to live your life for you. And that's why you end up with a beautiful scallywag. You end up with a beautiful demon. You end up with a beautiful Jezebel. She's the most attractive woman you ever had in your life, but she's a demon. Who cares about that? The third thing that a woman has to have, and this is going to be a tough one. This is going to separate the scallywags from the true women that you should be dealing with. She has to have a decent grasp on reality. For instance, if she has a child, she has to have a grasp on reality that indeed puts her a level down from a woman who doesn't have a child. Now, granted, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If I had to pick one thing that I absolutely couldn't deal with, if you could only have one character trait, one condition that you could eliminate from all women that you ever dealt with in your life, I'm going to be honest with you. There are a couple that mean more to me than a woman having a child. Of course, we don't go out pursuing women with children, but for me, there's a couple that I would eliminate before a woman having one child. Now, one. There's a couple things that I'd rather her not have. If I had to pick a woman who had a child but didn't have these things, or pick a woman who didn't have a child but had those things, I'll pick the woman who had a child who didn't have those things. So there are a couple of things that are more important to me than a woman not having a child, but not having a child is way up on my list. You understand what I'm saying? So, but if a woman has a child, she has to understand that puts her down a notch from the top of the pile. Now, how far she goes down depends on the other things that she has, the other qualities that she has. But she has to understand that in reality, that means something. If a woman is overweight, she has to understand that that means something. If a woman has tattoos, she has to understand that that means something. A woman has to live in reality, at least have a decent grasp on reality. She has to understand she lives in a fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? She has to at least understand, yeah, I know I'm a woman. I live in a fantasy world, and, my emotions. She has to understand the reality of life, the reality of her life, and not live in this world where she believes that no matter what her characteristics and qualities are, she's top notch. She's top of the line. She's a phenomenal catch. Because they will believe that no matter what. Now, I don't know what's going on, man. I feel like something crawling around my eyes. Another thing, and this goes right in line with the decent grasp on reality. She must be self-aware. These things are like twins. She must be self-aware. That shouldn't be a woman who's sitting in front of you with bad breath and don't know her breath bad. That shouldn't be a woman who's sitting in front of you, man. Listen, man, I've met women, man, and had to tell them things that they weren't doing. And I'll tell a woman in a minute, bro, this is the reality of my life. I'm so 100%, I'm so straight up with these women, man. I tell them like this. If I'm sitting in front of a woman, she talking to me, man, and I can tell she don't floss, I say, shawty, you need to start flossing. And she was and she can't say that because she knows she don't floss. I said, you know you don't floss. You need to start flossing. You know what I'm saying? I take care of these pearly whites. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta start. You need to floss. You know what she does? She starts flossing. You gotta understand, man. A lot of times women just don't know what they should be doing in a lot of these situations. Now you may say, man, somebody should have told her that. Hey man, a lot of you dudes don't floss. Let's be honest. A lot of dudes don't floss. You know what I'm saying? Cat don't know what's between his teeth, man. Boy ain't flossed. Boy ain't flossed in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what between his teeth. Don't floss and don't go to the dentist. You know, and so it's not like just women are like that. You'd be surprised how many men don't floss, man. You know what I'm saying? Cats don't floss, man. And you'd be surprised how many men don't brush. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how many men still use knee toothbrushes that you run across your mouth like this instead of something that goes zzz. If your toothbrush don't plug in, man, or if your toothbrush don't sit on a charger, man, you got the wrong kind of toothbrush. So I don't mind having to teach a woman, because here's the thing. If you can tell the woman brushes but she doesn't floss, she's doing what she knows to do as far as oral hygiene goes. But those small things are what represent, like my brother Flem said, leadership. That represents leadership. Anything you tell a woman to improve herself, she respects that as leadership. Leadership ain't just bossing a woman and controlling her and dictating to her what she can do and what she can't do. Leadership is putting a woman in a better position without you having to put forth effort, telling her the things she can do. Leadership ain't about taking care of the woman. Leadership is about telling her things she can do to make herself better for you. If you put it in a woman's mind, man, that following your lead, you know what I'm saying? Now the same woman go in my bathroom, man, to see 2 or 3 different kinds of floss in there. You dig? So what's she gonna do? She ain't gonna do that. She gonna say, okay. She's just gonna do it. Cause she knows deep down inside that it's a positive thing. But she has to be self-aware enough to be, well, you don't tell me, you don't know if I floss, then you the one don't floss. Blah, blah, blah. And you tell me, you think cause you make the regular trip to the dentist, man, you ain't got time for that. Cause then we go back to that calm demeanor and that sweet shot disposition. When you lead a woman and give her things that she needs to do, give her assignments in life, then that's how you tell her she's fake submissive. It's easy for a woman to have calm demeanor in the beginning. Some women who are scallywag, think about how does a woman set you up to get robbed? Besides showing you a sweet shy disposition, calm demeanor from the beginning, or calm enough. So you think about it, when you start giving her assignments to do, and you always make the initial assignments about her. That's too much game right there. I ain't gonna get into that one on this one. That's too much game. So self-awareness is a necessity. Now, another thing about self-awareness, she also has to understand that she don't know nothing. That, for me, that's one of my pet peeves. A woman will sit and talk to you, man, and try to have a discussion with you about things, man, and be sounding so dumb. And then she don't know nothing. But she can't accept the fact that she don't know nothing because she too busy telling herself she knows something. I'm not saying she don't know everything. I'm saying she don't know nothing. She don't know nothing. I'm not saying there's some things she knows, some things she don't. If she didn't learn it in a classroom, she don't know it. Or from years of experience. You understand? And I'm dealing with my age limit 27, so the women that I meet, they don't have a whole lot of experience. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have 10 years being an adult. So, you know, they don't have a whole lot of experience to learn a whole bunch of things. Especially if they went to college, you know, they've been a student their whole life. You meet a woman who's 26, she's been a student, till she was 22, 24, depending on if she has a master's or not. You know what I'm saying? She might just be finishing her master's. So you don't really know, man. She's been a student her whole life, so there's some things she hadn't learned. And I teach women. I guide women. I lead women. She ain't got no choice but to follow. You understand? Cause the train right here don't slow down, man. It's a locomotive. It's Amtrak. Once we get going, we going to the destination. Ain't no getting off. Ain't no getting on. If you don't get on at the station, shawty, you ain't getting on this train. This train gone. You and me both, Flims. You know, and that's something that we have in common in the alpha sphere. Talking to women just doesn't benefit anyone. The only way talking to her benefits you is if you're telling her to do something that's going to benefit you once the task is completed. And men don't understand that. Men believe that talking to women makes sense. You understand? That's why, man, you ain't gonna see me, you know, nowhere, man, you know, having no debate with no woman, no nothing, man. What I'm gonna debate with her for? I'm a teacher. She's a student. I wish I would debate with my student. I don't care what we talking about. I'm a teacher, she's a student. I ain't never been in no classroom and seen no teacher debating with a student. Not an effective teacher, maybe a substitute. Y'all hold on, man. I don't know what's going on with the IRM, man. So, for real, on a real tip, I just ain't finna debate with my student. It just don't make sense. So I'm the teacher, she the student. When I'm talking, she listens. What's the debate? There is no debate. Cause all I'm gonna do is cut off every time she start talking. You know what I'm saying? You put me somewhere, man, on from debate with a woman, and don't let me be the host. Like, don't let me have a woman on my platform, and I'm hosting the debate. Man, every time she talk, man, I'm gonna mute her. Every time she's talking, I'm gonna mute her until I ain't through yet. You know what I'm saying? And even on somebody else's platform, man, I'm just gonna, I'm every time she talk, man, I'm just gonna put my avatar up on the screen. I'm gonna turn my camera off, man. I don't even want to hear. Cause all she could do is what I tell her to do. Cause anything else is just talking, wasting time. So another thing, man, and here we go into the ability to listen. She not only has to have the ability to listen, she has to have the propensity to listen. That is one of the major things that I think men let women slide with. You let a woman not listen because she's convinced you that y'all should be having discussions about everything. Well, okay, if I pay the cost to be the boss, what are we discussing? Because you ain't finna decide how I spend now quarter. I'm going to give you an allowance, which is only going to come because of either your financial contribution or your work and time contribution that creates financial opportunity or financial increase. You're going to get an allowance. That's what you're going to spend. And that's just it. It don't even matter how much money you make. You can make 100K. Guess what? Your 100K is coming into this account, and you're going to get an allowance to spend, and you ain't going to have to worry about no bills being paid because I'm going to pay them all. But you contribute into the process. If you give all your time and effort and energy to the building of the kingdom, guess what? Whatever revenue come from that, it's going to take care of all your bills. It's going to take care of all the bills in the house. And you're going to get an allowance to spend. You're going to get a stipend every month. But the only way you're going to get that stipend is if your contribution covers that stipend. And not just that stipend. You ain't going to come in and just dedicate time, energy, effort, or finances to the situation and you get all of that back to spend. No, you're going to get a fraction of that to spend. And the rest of it going to go to the upkeep of the kingdom. And that's just how it goes. So your ability to listen is paramount because it takes steps, it takes information, and you have to store this information in your brain, and a woman can't store information in her brain if she's talking. Amazed, appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Brother said token of appreciation, man. Appreciate it. Warhammer, appreciate the super sticker. Markel, appreciate the super chat. And that's just the reality of it, man. So as men, we have to keep in mind that no matter what's said or done, we have standards that we have to stick to. So, and here's the thing, what we always do. If a woman's words and actions don't match, we always base our outlook on her intent and on her words. On her actions, rather. Everything we base everything on her actions. It don't even matter what she says. That's why she can't talk that much. It doesn't matter what she says. She has to perform. Performance pressure. Not speaking pressure. Performance pressure is what we put on women. She has to perform. There is pressure to perform or she's going to lose this position. She's not going to be in this position. Now, can she find someone else to put her in that position? Probably not. Not an alpha king. See, that's the great thing. A woman there are plenty of men out here who will give a woman whatever she wants, give a woman all types of things, take care of a woman any kind of way. But the bottom line is when it all boils down, that same man is not going to be the leader that an alpha king is. That same man is not going to put a woman in a position to win the way an alpha king is. You know how she gets in a position to win? Because she's added to a winning team. She's adding to a winning team. When you add a woman to a winning team, she automatically becomes a winner. If you Kevin Durant the woman, you understand what I'm saying? You add Kevin Durant to a winning team, they're going to win, of course. You add a woman to a winning team, if she contributes anything, the team is going to continue to win because the team was already a championship team before she got there. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. Couple more super chats here, man. Sincere Unique, appreciate the $5 super chat, homie. Ruby's Roomy Room, appreciate the $5 super chat, shawty. Flams, appreciate the super chat, famo. Chief, salute, appreciate the dub, man. Peace and blessings, fam. Alphas up, betas down. Always salute to you, Chief. Real talk, man. So the reality of the scenario is this. The ability to listen, the epitome of it, is her hanging on your every word. I'm not talking to a woman who don't hang on my every word. If she ain't looking at my face, man, like she starstruck, she need to be in my face like this. That's how she need to be in my face, bro. If she ain't in my face like that, hanging on every word, man, I ain't got no time for her because she ain't listening. If here's the telltale sign. If a woman isn't hanging on every word, she's not listening. She's half listening, half formulating her responses in her brain. That's why a woman can't respond. When I'm talking, I don't want her to respond. Man, I make my woman, she got to take notes when I'm talking. She literally got to pull out a pen and pad and take notes when I'm talking. And if she ain't taking the right notes, I'm telling her, hey, write that down. You understand? And this ain't me being no cruel man or anything, no domineering man. I mean, I am domineering, but that's not what this is. This is me making sure she gets the information that I need her to have, because you leave it up to her, she going to get the information that she thinks she need, and all she going to be doing is worrying about how she going to respond. You got to keep her busy at all time. When I'm talking, to make sure she's listening, she's writing notes. Is every woman going to go for this? Every woman in my life gonna go for it. I don't know about nobody else's life, but every woman in my life gonna go for it. She ain't got no choice. I don't play that game, man. See, I'm living a life here, man, that took me a long time to build. It took me a long time, a lot of sacrifices. It took me a lot of time, effort, and energy, blood, sweat, and fears, blood, sweat, and years, blood, sweat, and tears. It took me a lot of that, man. And so when a woman come into it, I'm not going to give her an opportunity to do anything detrimental to it. So she going to come in, she going to do what I say, because it's my way or no way. And the benefit of that is that she gets to live a life that she cannot afford to live on her own. Because even if a woman got money, she still ain't living a comfortable life like she can live with an alpha king, because a woman with money is just blowing more money than the woman who got less money than her. You give a woman $50,000, she gonna live a $50,000 life. You give her $150,000, she gonna live a $150,000 life. You give her $500,000, she gonna live a $500,000 life. You give her $1 million, she gonna live a $1 million life. You give her $50 million, she gonna upgrade to a $50 million life. She's never gonna get to the point where she's satisfied with the life she lives and then start worrying about making the money grow. She's gonna continue to upgrade her life, because women don't have a frugal bone in their bodies. Even the most frugal woman is 10 times the waster that a frugal man is. Frugality is a man trait, because we are okay with only having what we need. See, with me, $100,000 lifestyle, man, once I got to it, it was good enough for me. So no matter what I make, it's still going to be good enough for me, because I realized that was enough for me. And let's say I decide, man, I want a family. I'm talking about a family where I got, a woman and children at the career with me, man, because I'm not against that. Just got to be the right scenario. Got to be the scenario that works for me. But if I want that, then yes, I may upgrade to a $150,000 life. You know what I'm saying? But I never upgrade to a $250,000 life, man. I don't want to live a $250,000 life. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? All that money goes into investments and investing in, and on Patreon, man, we'll talk about some more methods of investing, because I believe in this. You can invest in stocks, which is cool. That's a long-term play. Or you can invest in you. You know what I'm saying? You can invest in another one of your skills. Because here's the thing. If I invest, because what stocks represent is assets. Investing in stocks is not a way to make money. It's a way to build assets. It's a way to build residual asset. It's residual asset growth. You have assets, they grow. You let them stay there. You don't get into the stock market, or get into mutual funds or anything like that to try to make money. You get into it to build assets. So regardless of what you make over here, you have those assets. But if you're talking about making money, you monetize your skills. Whatever skills you have, you monetize them. Then you monetize more of them. Then you monetize this. You monetize that. Okay, I monetize this. Then I monetize music. Then I monetize graphics. Then I monetize other things. They're just things that you can monetize. Every talent you have can be monetized. And we're in a social media era where it's easier than ever to monetize every single gift that you have. So that's a totally different story, man. My bad for getting off track. So let's get back. I got a couple of more super chats to catch, man, before we finish this thing up. Jeremy Chastain, appreciate the $5 super chat. Way to start my 43rd year. I've been down with the atmosphere nearly a year now. I've grown at leaps and bounds, showing respect. Salute to you, JC, man. I appreciate it, man. Blessed 43rd, homie. Sean Sterling, appreciate the dub, man. Women who don't appreciate the grind you do to make your life better doesn't deserve to even put input in your life. We gonna talk about that, bro. That's a great point. Othello almost alpha, man. Othello alpha, not almost alpha anymore. Now look, Othello used to be almost alpha. Now he's Othello alpha. That's our goal here, man, to become the most alpha version of ourselves. Salute to that brother, man. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the $50 sponsorship. Salute to the good doctor in the Alpha Sphere. Been out here grinding and have missed a few live streams. Leaving California 9, was able to catch this one. Alphas up, betas down. Salute to you, Othello, man. Salute. Appreciate you for the sponsorship. Mel W. Appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Peace, fam. Peace to BOA and brethren. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you brothers being in the building, man. So, another thing is this. She has to have silver lining sensibility. Now, what's silver lining sensibility? This is a very important trait for a woman to have. Silver lining sensibility means that no matter what's going on in her life, no matter what's going on in the world, she always finds the bright side. She's never doom and gloom. She always seems to figure out the bright side. She finds the silver lining in every storm cloud. This woman is a gem, just to be honest with you, because she does not exist in a widespread type of way. She is a rare find. A woman who, no matter what the issue is, no matter how bad it is, she finds the silver lining in the storm cloud. She always goes and digs up the bright side of everything. She always digs up the positive outlook on everything. She has a positive outlook on every single thing. Everything. That is the essence of a submissive woman. The most important aspect of a submissive woman is that she views everything glass half full. Everything. If you find a glass half full woman, that almost trumps every other. I'd rather have a glass half full woman with a child than to have a glass half empty woman that's a virgin. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. I would rather have a glass half full woman with a child, just one, than a glass half empty woman who's a virgin. Because the glass half empty woman is always going to be a glass half empty woman. And the glass half empty woman not only doesn't appreciate your efforts, energy, time, training, sleepless nights, tears, fears, years, blood, sweat, she doesn't even have the wherewithal to appreciate the result. So she don't even appreciate the lifestyle. She don't even appreciate the quality of life. Because no matter what she has, she can always figure out a way to complain about what she doesn't have. No matter where she is, she could always find a way to complain about where she's not. No matter what you give, she could always find a way to complain about what you didn't give. So the glass half empty woman is toxic. She will absolutely curse your manhood and masculinity. She will bring you to the place where you are starting to doubt your own connection to the Most High, because the negative energy from her will permeate your life. And you won't even think about where it's from. You won't realize it is emanating from the spirit of the glass half empty woman. So the glass half full woman is a gem, brother. She is a treasure. I'm telling you. Read the Proverb 31 woman. The Proverb 31 woman is a glass half full woman. Just read it. Read it from the perspective of seeing the glass half full. And you'll see that what I'm saying is facts. Now, another thing that a woman must not have is tattoos. If a woman has a tattoo on her, leave her. Leave her. A tattoo is a gateway of evil energy. Tattoos are a gateway of evil energy. Thou shalt not print any marks on thy body. It is a gateway of evil energy. Now, if you have them, then your battle to maintain your righteousness is going to be harder. It's going to be tougher. I'm not saying you can't do it, but if you're covered in them, I hate to say this, but if you're covered in tats, if you're inked up from head to toe, from neck to feet, you will never be a godly man. You can't. There are too many gateways into your spirit. Too many. Now, granted, anything's possible with God. Anything's possible. But what I am saying is, boy, you got such an uphill battle, man, that you're probably going to just go ahead and just live the life of a worldly man. Because those demonic forces are going to have so much control in your life. They're going to provide so much force in your life. They're going to be all within you. And think about this. You're a strong man. How much more the woman? How much more the woman? Tattoos on a woman make her Eve. Tattoos on a woman make her Delilah. Make her Lot's wife. Make her Bathsheba. Make her Sarah. Make her a Jezebel. I didn't make these rules. This ain't me talking. This is the reality of what's real. Tattoos are an abomination. So why would you invite an abomination into your life? Why would you invite an abominable spirit into your life under the guise of being a good woman? It is not possible. It is not possible for that woman with tattoos to be the best woman you could have. It's not possible. There's always a woman without tattoo is better than that woman. Am I saying that these women are just, they're the most terrible beings in the world? No, because there are some guys out here and women out here who are much worse who don't have tattoos. But what I am saying is that's a choice. You have to still choose to follow those evil energies. But what I am saying is if you are covered in ink, it is harder for you to resist because you have opened a gateway into your spirit. You understand? I spent years in the hood, never got a tat. And here's the thing. I didn't even know way back then. Now, because I got into the Word of God, man, I took the vow of Nazarite in my early 20s, so it's not like it was long, but something in my mind just always made me look at myself and say, my skin is too pretty. My skin is too beautiful for me to draw on it. I want you to see every part of my beautiful chocolate skin. That's always been my outlook. Now, I wasn't pro-black. I was young, but my outlook has always been, I'm not finna put that on my beautiful chocolate skin, but beautiful chocolate color. That's it. Only color ink you can put on me is the color ink that's the same color as my skin. Then what's the purpose? Now, this doesn't make me this great man or anything, but I was chosen for this mission. How could I come and tell you men that I represent the Most High if I got ink all over me? If I got ink anywhere on me? Now, another thing is this, and this is a big one. You almost can't avoid this one. It's sad to say that in this society, in this environment, You almost can't avoid this one. Let me catch these couple here. I got Mel W. Okay, I got Mel W. Octavio, welcome to the Alpha family, brother. Salute. K. Cooper, appreciate the super chat. Good content. I appreciate that. She cannot have emotional war wounds. Now, we call them emotional scars, but they're not emotional scars. They're still wounds. Those emotional war wounds never heal. They're war wounds. You ever seen a veteran? You see a veteran that went to Vietnam, he got his leg blown off. That never heals. He got a prosthetic leg, but it never heals. That leg is gone. You find a man in Vietnam who got exposed to Agent Orange. Mentally, that man, his mental facilities are gone. His mental capacity is different now. It'll never be the same again. Women don't have emotional scars. They have emotional war wounds. Because here's what happens when a woman is emotionally scarred. She's at war with her own emotion. When a woman is in a situation that's bad for her and she stays in it, she's at war with her emotion. Her mind is at war with her emotions. And her emotions always lose. So when a woman has been treated badly or dogged out or abused or any of these things by a man, she never recovers from that. An abused woman can't recover. She's always going to have that in her mind. The only way she can recover is if she forgets that. You see what I'm saying? But she can't. That's an emotional war wound. She can't have that. Then there's all different types of abuse. We're not going to get into all of them here, but you have to understand when a woman has an emotional war wound, she is no good to be in a relationship with you because there's parts of her that have been destroyed and they can't be replaced. And if you're a man who's built yourself to the most alpha version of yourself and you're going to be the way you need to be in a scenario, then you deserve a woman who can give all of that, not a woman who can't give that. So emotionally, women with those emotional war wounds should be dealing with men who aren't on that level. They should be dealing with lesser men because lesser men can handle those emotional war wounds. See, the lesser man you are, the less you deserve from the woman. Every man don't deserve the same engagement and interaction from women. The same way every woman don't deserve to have access to an alpha king. So I say a woman who has those emotional war wounds, she just can't recover. It's no fault of hers. It's just the fact of the matter. And this is another thing about self-awareness. A woman has to be aware that she has these emotional war wounds that she can't recover from. She's damaged. We talk about damaged goods, but and we say it in a joking manner, in a disrespectful manner to downplay a woman. Or that's not what this is about. It's a fact though that she is damaged goods. She is damaged goods if she has these emotional war wounds. That's just the way it is. Terrible relationship. Terrible divorce, baby daddy drama. Her uncle is her baby dad, her cousin is her baby dad, dealt with some things with her father or stepdad when she was growing up. All of those types of things, even mom, aunt, uncle, whoever it was, dealing with all of these coach, dealing with a group of boys. It just depends on, there are so many different ways that a woman can have these emotional war wounds. And they're going to affect two things. They're going to affect her calm demeanor and her sweet, shy disposition. They're going to do that. And that's why those two things are very important. That calm demeanor and sweet, shy disposition. Because not everyone, now granted, not every woman who goes through these things is going to come away with emotional war wounds. Like women are emotionally resilient. So not every single situation is going to leave her with war wounds. Some of these situations are just going to be learning experiences for her. But those deep situations where you see she is scarred by them, it's not a scar. It's a wound. A scar represents a healed wound. If she's still carrying it with her, it's not a scar. It's still a wound. You see what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of it, man. And this, like I said, man, this isn't to shine a bad light on those women. This is just the reality of life for us as men. Those men of us, the alpha kings among us, who still deal with women. See, I'm still going to deal with women. I'm going to always have a woman or two at all times. Not because I need them, but because I want them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to always have that. That's just the reality of it, man. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just true. Now, some men don't want that, but those men aren't in the alpha sphere. I mean, we're a pretty big community over here, but not as big as some other communities. But this is a very distinct community. You got to have your mind made up, man, to be a part of the alpha sphere, man. Another thing, and this is going to sound simple, but I'm telling you, you men overlook this. You men overlook this a lot. Time-consuming hygiene routine. I say again, time-consuming hygiene routine. We complain about it because it is a nuisance when you're preparing to go somewhere and the woman ain't ready yet. Even if you got to go pick the woman up, you told you're going to be there at 8. You get there at 8. You sitting up in her living room. It's 8:15. She still ain't ready yet. And she keep telling you 5 more minutes. She told you that 3 times already. You got there at 8. It's 8:15. Now you in there like, man, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. But then when she hit that corner and you see her, you smell her, you can taste her in the air. You're like, oh, I see. Come on, Shawty, let's go. We running late. Let her walk in front of you, man. You let her walk by so you can get a whiff of whatever she got on her body or just her body. And you let her pass by, man, so you can watch her walk away. You know what I'm saying? That is just what you have to deal with. A woman who cares about her physicality and her presentation to you. A woman who wants you to be pleased with her is going to have a time-consuming hygiene routine. Not because of you, but because she wants to be pleased with her. And she understands, here we go with that self-awareness again. She understands that her being pleased with her means more than likely you're going to be pleased with her. If she's not pleased with herself, then you're not going to be pleased with her. But that time-consuming hygiene routine, it don't matter if you tell her to get ready early. You tell her to get ready early, she's just going to spend more time getting ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can't remember ever. I can't remember. I'm sure I have, but I can't remember dealing with a woman who didn't have a long hygiene routine. You know what I'm saying? I just can't remember. Long hygiene routine, man, because she got to take care of skin. You know what I'm saying? She got to exfoliate some stuff. She got to cleanse her face every morning, every night. She got to do some things. She got to moisturize her face 2 or 3 times a week. She got to put a mask on. She got to do all of this, man. And you know, true women believe in hitting that tub at least a couple times a day. She may shower in the morning and bathe at night, but she gonna hit that water a couple times a day. A true woman ain't gonna get into bed without hitting that water. And a true woman ain't gonna go out the house without hitting that water. So even after she sleep at night, especially if she in the bed with you, man, she probably had the drippies or either, you know, either done got it in that night. A true woman is not going to get in the bed with you without being fresh. And a true woman ain't finna go nowhere and deal with people out in the world without being fresh. So that's 2 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So if she has a time-consuming hygiene routine, man, that means she really cares about her femininity. She cares about the essence of femininity. She cares about her sensuality. She cares about you being drawn to her. She cares about being attractive to you. She cares about you touching something soft and feminine. She cares about her femininity. She cares about being a woman for you. And that can't be downplayed. That can't be downplayed at all, man. So that's just one of those things you have to accept when you're dealing with women. You just have to accept it. It's just a part of it. I accept it. I've been accepted a long time ago. Khalid Cooper, appreciate the $15 super chat. And for me, that's a major win for me, man. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love a woman to come to the crib, man. And she's in, man, my bathroom, man, for an hour and a half, man. All right, man, because I'm chilling. I'm probably doing some work, editing some content at that point. But I respect that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That means something to me. Because here's the thing. You understand that, like, the younger she is, the less likely she is to have that. So there's that happy medium age, like between 23 and 27, where women just get it right. It's not too long because she ain't got no grime to scrub off of her now. There's a such thing as a woman who gets to the point where she done has so much scallywag tendencies in her life that her body just doesn't have a pleasant aroma anymore. We're not talking about that. That woman is trying to do everything she can to have a pleasant aroma. Like women who use women who douche. Like if a woman douches, man, bro, I'm not dealing with a woman who douches, man. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to do that. Like I can't remember meeting a woman who does that. But obviously, it's a big business. But I just can't remember a woman who does that. I ain't with it either. I don't want a woman who does that. So after the time-consuming hygiene routine, we'll get back into at least some understanding of the statutes and commandments of the Most High God of Israel. If I meet a woman and she still eat pork, I can't deal with her. A woman who eat pork don't know nothing. See, the food is the easiest part. It's the most popular part. You can listen to Nation of Islam. They talk about the food. You can listen to, the true Islam. The Muslims, the true Muslim religion, Islam. They don't eat pork. You can listen to older people. The doctor tell you don't eat pork. If a woman hasn't mastered the foods yet, I ain't got time for her. If she hasn't mastered the foods yet, I ain't got time for her, man. I don't want to teach a woman, what not to eat. I will teach her what to eat, but I don't want to teach a woman what not to eat. If she don't have that already, man, I ain't got time for her. It's a waste of my time. Empire Image, appreciate the $5 super chat. First time I caught you live, Doc. Keep doing what you're doing. You ain't nothing but the truth. How do I become a member? D Fleming's gonna tell you, man, where to go to become a member. So when you think about these things, brother, you have to remember that a woman has to have an abhorrence of Christianity. She has to not be caught up in that web, because it's a spiritual web of deceit that's based on religion. We're not religious, we're spiritual. Your connection with God isn't religious, it's spiritual. And so you have to have a woman who understands that, and she's not caught up in worshiping that man in that pulpit. She's not caught up in worshiping anything other than the true essence of God. And she doesn't know that if she hasn't been guided toward that. And if she hasn't been guided toward that growing up, then she didn't have a household that was run by a man of God, an alpha king. She didn't have a household where the man was dominant and the woman was submissive by. And I'm not talking about where you can physically force a woman to be what you want her to be. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about where you run a household that's so masculine and so in tip-top shape where a woman feel like, okay, it's worth me being a part of this. Well, I'm just finna bow down to this man. That's just what it is. So I appreciate everybody being in the joint, man. It's been real in the field. Had to come in here, man, and do this one. We back in the building, man. So we'll be back in the joint again tomorrow. Y'all be on the King Ray Ray channel today at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That'll be 1:30 on the East Coast, and that'll be 10:30 on the West Coast. So y'all be there, man. If you're on Pacific Standard Time, it'll be 10:30 a.m. If you're on Eastern Standard Time, it'll be 1:30 p.m. If you're on Central Standard Time like I am, it'll be 12:30 p.m. Today, we're on the King Ray Ray channel. We got a phenomenal topic on the King Ray Ray channel. I got a couple of pieces of content, well, at least one piece of content coming up for y'all today. It's a crazy topic. There's a woman who has an 11-year-old son, and she says she's contemplating getting him a vasectomy when he's 14. There's a woman who has an 11-year-old son, and she's contemplating getting him a vasectomy when he's 14, depriving him of his ability to create a family when he's too young to make the decision himself. We're going to talk about that today. It's going to be a great piece of content. Y'all be looking for it. Sonny Bravo, appreciate you, homie. Y'all go subscribe to the homie Sonny Bravo, man. He over there doing things over there on his channel, man. Remy Loke, appreciate the dub sag, man. I appreciate it. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later on, man. Matter of fact, I'm about to go pipe that piece of content down right now, man. I'm about to go downstairs, record that piece of content. Right now, we upstairs. We in the green screen room. Here we are, doing wonderful things. Y'all let me know how y'all like the background of the show, man. The live BOA, the High Alpha 2 show. Y'all let me know how y'all like the background, man, if it works for you. If this background works, man, put a 1 in the chat for me if this background works. Again, man, I appreciate Othello Alpha, man, for the sponsorship. Appreciate everybody else for the super chats, man. You know what I'm saying? Had a couple of ladies in the building today. I appreciate y'all coming through listening as well. We're going to keep building this thing and grinding and growing, man. We're going to keep doing it. So, I appreciate y'all being here, man. I appreciate the input, homies. Appreciate the input. We'll be back, man, for another episode of the High Alpha 2 show tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. 8:30 if you're on the East Coast. 5:30 if you're on the West Coast. So figure out your time zone worldwide and tune in for the show. Flims, SJ, a.k.a. Harlem World Breaker. I appreciate y'all brothers being in the building, man, doing what you do. All the brothers with all the support. I appreciate it. The new members, I appreciate you, man. Y'all put God first. Keep grinding and growing. And let's slide out of this thing, man, with something real. Peace.
Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
See, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-upness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-upness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things, because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions, not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not.